Alright, now that we have a clean CG breakdown, we are going to be able to color correct our CG. And the first thing I'd like to do here is to adjust the rim light of our ship. And this is very convenient because with this CG breakdown, I will be able to come here, insert some nodes only right here to affect only the key light. So for that, I will come here in the color menu and I will select the color correct node. And I will insert that node right after my key light. As you can see, it's named color correct, so it's probably a node for color correction. Right. Alright, here I will come here and increase the gain. And as you can see, as I tweak it, I'm just affecting my key light. And this is why a CG breakdown is very powerful. It allows us a lot of flexibility to adjust only the part, the light, the little thing that we want. So this is very, very handy. So there we go. I just adjusted the key light of the ship. If I'd like to adjust, for example, the emission as well, I could do it. So I will select the shuffle node and come here and create a color correct. There we go. And for example, I can come into the gain here and click on the little wheel to adjust not only the gain, but the color of the gain. And like here, for example, I could change the color of the thruster by adjusting the gain of my emission. See? It's pretty cool, no? Okay, I like them blue, so I will just delete that color correct node for now. So you don't need to have a CG breakdown in order to color correct your comp. A color correct node can be inserted anywhere in the comp. And let's see that by adjusting a little bit the earth. So right now, I'd just like to change a little bit the visibility of my clouds. I will create for that another color correction. And another way to create a color correction is by selecting a node and hitting the C key of your keyboard, which is the shortcut for the color correct node. And that node will come directly after the selected node. Okay. I could use the contrast and reduce a little bit the contrast, but I don't really like the effect of it. Personally, I don't like too much that contrast slider. What I prefer to do when trying to adjust the contrast is to work on the gamma and the gain. So here I will increase a little bit the gamma, which will increase a little bit the medium value of your image. And because some places now are too bright, I will now reduce the gain. Great. Okay. Now, let's go a little bit further with the color correct node. And there is something very useful that you can do with that color correct node is to adjust only a certain range of values of your image. And as you can see, we do have the shadows, midtones, and highlight controls here that will allow us to adjust only the shadows, the midtones, or the highlights. And let's do that because I think that here my clouds are way too bright and it's kind of weird. So what I'm gonna do is first let's connect the viewer to the output of the color correct 2 here. There we go. And now what I can do is to come to the ranges here. And if I click on tests, I will have my colors mapped into 3 different regions. The dark values will be in black and dark green. The midtones will be in this medium gray, and the highlights will be in those bright white things here. And if I want with those curves, I can adjust what is the highlight or what is the shadows part, for example. Okay. When I'm satisfied with that, I can uncheck the test here. And now if I come here, I will be able to adjust only the highlights, the medium, or the dark. And here what I want to do is just to reduce those very bright spots here. So I will come to the highlights and reduce the gain a little bit. Okay, let's see at the end of my comp how it looks like. Yeah, I think it's a bit better. All right, so there is different things you can do and you can keep adjusting as you want. One thing I like to do here is to change the color of my lights of the city. So I will create another color correction after the earth lights with the C key. And I will come to the gain here, open the color wheel and turn the city light a little bit more orange. Okay, if you think that it's not convenient for you to adjust with those tiny sliders, or if the RGB values are not very handy for you, what you can do, you can maintain the command button and click on the wheel and it will open another color panel here that gonna allows you more control if you prefer to adjust using RGB or the HSV or the TMI. You can have all those controls and that could be very useful as well as the color wheel. So this is as you prefer. Most of the time this little slider here is enough for me, but sometimes having more control is very handy. All right. Before finishing this video, I'd like to adjust a little bit the mix of the merge of my atmosphere, just to reduce it a bit, but we are going to keep adjusting colors and things in the next chapters. Alright, for now, let's meet in the next video for the homework assignment. See you there.